In a small African village known for its rich culture and traditions, there lived a woman whose beauty was unmatched. Her grace turned heads, and her intelligence made her even more captivating. She was about to marry the man of her dreams, a union celebrated by many. But as they say, the path to happiness is not always straight. One day, as her wedding approached, she had a mischievous idea. What if she tested her husband-to-be's loyalty? After all, she was confident in his love. She decided to involve a schoolmate, a woman whose charm was just as striking. The plan was simple. Her schoolmate would attempt to seduce her fiancé, just to see if he would resist her. Her schoolmate, eager to prove herself, carried out the plan with precision. She approached the man with allure and grace, her every move calculated. But what was supposed to be a harmless prank took a turn no one expected. The man, swayed by the charms of this new woman, fell into the trap. Days turned into weeks, and the prank that was meant to be a fleeting moment of amusement grew darker. The schoolmate found herself pregnant with the man's child. What was once a game had now spiraled into a reality that neither the woman nor her schoolmate could control. The truth could not be hidden for long. When the woman discovered what had happened, her world crumbled. The trust she once had, the love she cherished, all shattered in an instant. The marriage that was supposed to be a celebration of love turned into a source of pain and betrayal. The village buzzed with rumors, and the once proud woman now faced the scorn of her community. But amidst the whispers, a question lingered. Was this the end of her story, or merely the beginning of a new chapter? What would become of the child? What lessons would be learned from this tragic tale? Days passed, but for the woman, time seemed to stand still. She sat alone in her room, questioning everything. Is this a dream or reality? She whispered to herself, her mind spinning. The man she had loved and trusted had betrayed her in the worst possible way. Was this the consequence of her own foolish prank? She could hardly believe that her life had taken such a cruel turn. Summoning all the strength she could muster, she decided to confront the man she had once adored. Her heart pounded as she approached him, but she knew that she had to face the truth, no matter how painful it was. "You betrayed me," she said, her voice trembling, yet resolute. "I trusted you with my heart, and you broke it into pieces." Her words struck him like a thunderbolt, and he struggled to find a response. "It was never my intention to hurt you," he began, his voice barely a whisper. "I thought it was just a harmless test, but I was weak. I failed you. I failed us." But his apologies could not mend the wound he had inflicted. The damage was done, and the trust was shattered beyond repair. As she listened to his words, the woman realized that the bond they once shared could never be the same. "This is not just about you failing me," she said softly. "It's about what we have lost. The trust, the love, the future we dreamed of, it's all gone now." She turned away, her heart heavy with the weight of her decision. Would she ever be able to forgive him, or would this be the end of their story? After their confrontation, the woman knew that she could not stay. The village that once felt like home now seemed suffocating, filled with memories she wished she could forget. Early one morning, before the sun had fully risen, she packed her belongings and left. She didn't tell anyone where she was going. She simply walked away, leaving behind everything she had known. She traveled far, finding solace in a place where no one knew her story. There, she began to rebuild her life, not as the broken woman who had lost everything, but as someone wiser, stronger. She found peace in the simplicity of her new life, learning to forgive herself and others for the mistakes of the past. Though the scars remained, they no longer defined her. Back in the village, the man was left to face the consequences of his actions. The news of the woman's departure spread quickly, and the villagers who once celebrated his upcoming marriage now looked upon him with pity and disappointment. He realized that the betrayal was not just against her, but against himself and the values he once held dear. As time passed, both the woman and the man came to understand the true cost of their actions. She learned that trust is fragile, and once broken, it can never be fully repaired. He learned that love should never be tested in such a cruel way, for in doing so, he destroyed the very thing he sought to protect. In the end, both realized that life's greatest lessons often come through the pain of our mistakes. Do you have any favorite tales from African folklore? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, be sure to check out my other videos. The story of this woman and her lost love teaches us a profound lesson. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and once it is lost, everything else crumbles. Testing love with deception only brings heartache and regret. True love requires honesty, respect, and the courage to face life's challenges together, without games or tricks. In the end, it is our choices that define us, and it is through those choices that we find our true selves.